Everyone, and welcome to the EU Finals. It's day 2 of kickoffs. My name is Sin Synergy alongside Dan the Lions, the Notes
Hello.
guy. Welcome, everyone. Yesterday was a lot of good boxing action, a lot of good storylines to follow, and now we finish it up with day 2 here. And of course, with all the matches here with the kickoffs, we're still going to be finalizing of who's going to be fighting who next week in the second rounds. So there's going to be a lot of interesting matches and possible matches for next week that we'll be getting into throughout the broadcast as well. But Dana Lance, let's talk about the matches that we'll be seeing here in tonight's broadcast, shall we? Let's first talk about Metro versus El Gato. Now, El Gato is filling in for, I always mispronounce the name, the German guy, the German guy. I always mispronounce his name. I don't want to butcher it more than I already have at the match selections. But El Gato will be replacing him. He will be going up against Metro, and Metro. Okay, so Fedora putting a little Akin Deformator. Yeah, okay, that's about as best as I'm going to do it. So he'll be fighting up El Gato, filling in for him. Be fighting Metro. Metro's a tough opponent, as we all know. We all know who Metro is. Elgato, not so much. Metro has been in this situation countless of times. First round, European finals. He's usually destined to at least go beyond that. What do you see in this one, Dandelions, for Metro and Elgato?
I want an upset. I want Elgato to defeat Metro and move on. I'm a big fan of the upsets, and it makes for good content, so I always fight for the upsets.
Fair enough, but also too, Metro has been in this league for a long time, since the tail end of season 1 going into season 2, and he has not won a championship here in NHBL, and being as the final season, the final European finals ever, you have to feel like you're pulling for Metro a little bit. I know I am.
Oh yeah, I'm pulling for anyone to win.
True,
but you're
right. You're right. Everyone likes an underdog story. Everyone likes an upset, of course. Nothing against that for sure. But those two will be doing battle later on tonight. Also, starting off the broadcast, we have Spartan against El Comandante. That's a name that those two boxers, the last time that they met in a major circuit match was back at season 6. So it's a really long time since these guys fought each other, but also too, these guys have been in the league for quite a while. So give me your thoughts on this in this match and how intriguing of a circumstances these two are going to be fighting off each other. First time in a couple years. I mean, what are you expecting in this one?
El Comandante and Spartan are very strong competitors. I've seen a lot more Spartan fights than Comandante, I believe. Mm-hmm. So I know Spartan always plays. I know his play style really well. But I think it'll be an interesting match to see, and definitely one to pay attention to for the league.
Yeah, you're right. Pay attention to the league because as the season's winding down, we're looking at some of the boxers that have been here for numerous seasons who are fighting each other at some way, shape, or form this season. It's nice a little flash of the past a little bit, but also too to kind of for our newer fans to kind of see where this league was 3, 4, 5 seasons ago, So it's always awesome to see. And then we have Nikolai versus Raz Dazzler. Nikolai, from what I can gather, at least from what I saw, Nikolai, he's from Russia, meaning that I'm pretty sure he's the only Russian competitor to compete here in NHBL, like legit Russian. So, he's not like Dmitry Vidki. He told me before the event started.
Okay.
Yeah, we of course we have Dimitri, we have White Russian Bear, all have Russian personas, but they're all from America.
Well, so it's easy with the heavy to be grading. Russian
absolutely, absolutely, and he's going up against Raz Dazzler. But as much as I like to talk about Nikolai and his cool ass name and going from Russia, let's talk about Raz Dazzler for a minute, right? Because I've talked about him every single event that he's in for the major circuit. He has not won a match to move on to. He never went out of the first round. He's always lost in the first round in every single major circuit match he has been in. Do you think, Dandelion, finally, this is the time for Raz Dazzler to shine to move on to the second round?
I sincerely hope so. Raz Dazzler is one of my favorite personas and fighters in this league, and judging by comments made in the chat. He's not here to listen to this, but I wish him the best of luck. He's one of my favorite boxers in this tournament.
Yeah, he definitely has a persona. So our fight night competitors, our fight night fans will know Razdazzer very well for his demeanor, almost like an ice.
Yeah.
And we all know, we all love and hate those kind of people. But in the end, Razdazzer, he still hasn't broken out yet. And last year, I said when he was coming to the major circuit, I said he's the rookie of the year, guarantee it. Well, I ate my words on that one, but we shall see how he plays out here tonight. And of course, the final match of the evening, we have Eng going up against one of my favorite, if not the favorite, Scottish boxer, Swiss, whatever, and Mr. Dizzy, Swiss. He has like 3 or 4 different nationalities that it's hard to French Swiss, yeah. French Swiss. He always has to remind me. One of my favorite guys. One of my favorite boxers to ever come into NHBL. They're going up against each other, and Angus Beef, he went up in the finals in our first tournament of the season, right? Breakout star. Only got eliminated by Right Russian Bear in the finals. No. He hasn't quite got up to that pace yet in the major circuit, nor in fight night. But going up against Mr. Dizzy, Angus Beef is from America, so his ping is going to be a little different.
Yes.
Dana, we've seen this plenty of times and how this happens, but Dana Lands, give me your thoughts.
Mr. Dizzy's also one of my favorite boxers. Him and Razdazzer are my 2 favorite personas in the league, I must say. But ping definitely is a large factor in the competition, as well as noticing there were a couple of times where I've seen Shadow clone Jitsu on the field where people were teleporting in such a manner that they could not be hit, and it was really weird.
Yeah, and I'm sure we'll see a little bit of that when it comes to our American boxers, but Razdazzer and Angus Beef are our American boxers, and Spottin are our 3 American boxers here tonight. So you might be seeing a little bit of that, perhaps, but we've seen both go both ways, you know. So it'll be interesting. Really is, though, the best boxer wins for sure. So with that being said, those are the 4 matches we'll be seeing tonight. So why don't we go down to ringside as we get started here for tonight's festivities. We'll be having Spottin taking on El Comandante, first time since season 6, back at the Wildcards. So it is going to be a pretty interesting match between these two. A pretty, I would say, competitive. I don't know if competitive is the right word. I think just downright, like, they play off each other so well, I should say. And El Comandante hangs back a little bit. Spot is a little aggressive. Obviously, different play styles, but how do you see that kind of playing out in this match?
Based on that match alone, the main issue I was able to pick up off of El Comandante's stance is he was dragging him too much into the rope, and it was creating a issue for Comandante to get out of the corner or out of the side, and Spottin was able to pick up on that and get the elimination. However, El Comandante is saying his ping just spiked up to 100 out of nowhere, so we'll see how this affects the match.
Yeah, and, some kind of internet issue or what have you, but you know that's what disputes are for when the match actually happens. Want to apologize again. You know, I always get my facts wrong for some reason because I'm just terrible at my job apparently. Angus Beef is actually not American. He told me that. I did not know this.
Really?
He's actually from, I believe, the Czech Republic. I did not know that. Or Czechia, wherever.
Czechoslovakia.
I think the spelling might be weird. So yeah, so he's European. I didn't know that. No one knew that. I thought, but there it is. Bam, bombshell. But regardless, let's focus on this match though.
Yeah, I just got a view of Comandante's ping in the midst of the fight, and it spiked to about 170.
Okay,
it's sitting at a solid 130 currently. Whereas Spottin is at a 90.
Yeah, that's pretty high ping. And it looks like some of our people on the server do have higher ping, but some are from America, some from not so much. So we'll have to kind of keep
let's
on.
not put Clayface in the ring with 284 ping.
Yeah, we probably can't move without his internet going all haywire. So we're still finishing up the warm-up rounds here in this one, and we're gonna take a look at kind of the pinging with this. And yeah, you're just kind of seeing how Spawn is so aggressive and how El Comandante tries to go around Spawn a little bit. And I think that's the kind of I think that's the kind of strategy El Comandante has to do to win this. Just kind of go around
Spawn. Be very defensive and work around the ping and Spawn.
We must do this.
His ping is lowering to a solid 51 now. So he moved his VPN over to the server.
All right, and we are starting with day 2 of kickoffs. We want to thank you guys for joining us live on our Twitch channel. And Spartan and El Comandante finally getting into each other, and Spartan taking first blood here in this one, 1-0. El Comandante tried to be a defensive style, but Spartan was just too quick for him to kind of react there.
Yeah, they were doing it very well back and forth. Comandante had the original rhythm playing out from the start, but Spartan was able to pick up on that rhythm and get him with a slight gator roll. It was a slight roll, but it was a smooth turnover.
So Spartan taking a 1-0 lead is match point for him. Oh, El Comandante missing that one punch. Spartan was able to get his first hit, and now El Comandante answering from the zone, and out there at even playing field. And his last punch is El Comandante! Spartan missing that last punch. There was a couple whiff punches in that one, and it's tied 1-1.
It is first to 2. I was not sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's great.
Yeah, so that makes it a little bit more interesting. So yeah, it's tied up, but Dandelions, that was pretty close, and there's a couple whiff punches by Spartan there. If it wasn't for that, he probably would have gotten the win. All right. Last man standing moves on to fight Oracle in the second round next week. El Comandante missing his punch there. Spartan answering. Spartan's up by 1, and he's going to finish off El Comandante. And Spartan moves on to the second round. And one punch, Dandelions. One punch by El Comandante. And that spelled the end of that match for him.
It all comes down to the one whiff, and that one whiff leads to a miss.
We're going to go off with another good one, should be. We have Raz Dazzler taking on Nikolai from Russia. So we've already touched on Raz Dazzler. We already touched on him. I don't know. I think we're going to get ready for up there. They're doing something. They are doing something, ladies and gentlemen. Great play-by-play by me. They're doing something. I don't know if they are conversating about the weather, probably.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
I think Nikolai needs to eat a sandwich and get back into his corner a little bit. So we can start warm-ups, I believe. Simi isn't really doing much to control the situation. Oh, there he is. All right, cool.
Yeah, he's struggling to jump in the ring. Happens.
Yeah, it happens. All right, so as we get ready for the warm-ups here, we already talked about Raz Dazzler. Let's talk about Nikolai. So obviously, boxing from Russia, you have a little bit better ping advantage than Raz Dazzler. So what do you have to say for Nikolai? I mean, being that you're a new boxer here, you're going up against someone like Raz Dazzler. Give me your thoughts on kind of his position, what he needs to do to move on.
It was an interesting match just there. Looked like a lot of whiff shots, but the main thing is you need to find a solid footing, whether if it's sitting in the red corner or sitting in the blue corner or taking over one of the sides. Having control of that ring is your biggest priority as a new boxer. Because if you have control of the ring, you have control of where your enemy can move. So you need to figure out where they can go and prevent it.
Yeah, and you also have to know too here at the Vatican City Superdome, the ropes here bounce. And I know personally, I'm sure a lot of our other boxers know personally, if you're from NA and you box here at the EU server or EU boxer fighting on the NA server, the ropes seem to bounce you just a little bit more just because of the ping difference. It's a little bit delayed and all that stuff. So as a NA boxer like Razdaz, you cannot hit the ropes or you're going to be so confused. So cornering Razdazzer is probably the key for Nikolai, I would say.
You can see even here right now, when they try to position themselves in the corner in order to organize themselves to prepare for the round, you will see they will bounce around a lot. That is only because of the ping issues.
Yeah, I mean, bouncing off the ropes regularly is already frustrating at a time. But when your ping is going up into the hundreds, 130s, 150s, you're good luck. You're gonna get sick just from all the delay, pushing around and all that stuff. So, all right, so match number 2 for tonight. Both boxers get in on each other here. Razdazzer's got the advantage here. Nikolai missing, and Razdazzer picks up 1-0. And interesting to see in that match, Nikolai a little. You could tell he hasn't boxed here before. You see the little bit of the inexperience on his side of not being able to attack Razdazzler as soon as Razdazzler approaches him. Do you see that being a factor moving on Dandelions into this next round?
I could also see that being a factor in his favor. Being green means he can develop new strategies that have not been seen before when facing different opponents. He was able to get a couple of flicks, it looked like. He was able to angle his shot in such a way to hit Razdazzler.
All right. So, Razdazzer up 1-0 against Nikolai. They both get a good punch here. Razdazzer coming in with a couple quick punches there. And Razdazzer Razdazzer spinning around. Oh, that disrespect on Razdazzler. 2-0, and he gets his first win here in the major circuit. And Dandelions, give me your final thoughts on that match.
I feel kind of bad for Nikolai, but I want to see him keep fighting. He definitely had some good hooks, good angling in order to clean up his shots. But that is the first ever major circuit victory for Razdazzler, and he will face Bax in the quarterfinals.
We're here with kickoffs action. We already had 2 really good matches between Spartan and LK and Nikolai against Razdazzler. Spartan and Raz move on. And now we'll be seeing who else moves on. We have Jigen and Metro. Jigen, also known as El Gato, on our bracket. So give me your thoughts on this, Dandelions. Metro, you told me you want to see an underdog win this.
I do.
So we haven't seen El Gato compete here in NHBL. So give me your thoughts on now on how he will have to kind of compete against a veteran like Metro.
Honestly, he seems like he can hold his own a little bit. He was able to keep up with Metro, and they were almost trading back and forth. And there was at a point where El Gato had the upper hand and was able to almost get Metro down to 1 hit, but then they were tied back up again. So these two are even in skill, it seems, and it'll be an interesting fight to say the least.
Yeah,
right now you see they're almost trading hits.
Yeah, not a specific strategy. It's just going up and just fighting your opponent the old school way. I like to call it. Now I want to take a quick look. I want to take a moment to admire Metro's get up. Okay, it would give Comfy Line a run for his money because look how comfortable he looks in that get up. He has his good old pajamas on. That unusual's pretty. He's dripping in comfortability right now. But at the same time, you should not be sleeping on Metro. See what I did there? Because he have his experience in this one. And
no,
like I said,
Mr. Sandman. He puts everyone to knocks everyone out.
Put everyone to sleep in terms of his boxing or just fighting people. You have to clarify.
Not to sleep.
Okay, all right. I just wanna make sure. But yeah, I say Metro, being that where his position is in the bracket, right? if he defeats Elgato tonight, or if Elgato defeats Metro or whatever, whoever wins this one goes up against Comfy Leg. He is the reigning Toss Heavyweight champion, the Toss Heavyweight champion, and reigning Fight Night champion.
Yes.
He has all the he pretty much has all the championships in NHBL, and that's going to be a tough task for everybody to go up against. But I still would love to see Metro kind of finally get his moment to be the Toss Heavyweight champion. But we shall see how that goes.
Fight to the death.
All right, here is the bell. It is sounded. Let's see how this plays out. Jigen kind of being towards his corner there. Metro is kind of standing in the center of the ring, kind of blocking Jigen, and Metro trying to push him towards the ropes. Jigen trying to go around Metro. It's kind of working, but not fully. Metro is able to come up 1-0, and you see that dominating. Metro kind of cut that ring in half, right? You notice that? I mean, just stand in the middle. Great strategy.
Yeah, and then definitely having the turnarounds. It was a lot of control in that ring.
All right, maybe can we hear the bell?
Fight me.
And there was a false start.
So, yep, there was a false start there. So, yeah, just a warning, and we can redo that part.
Fight to the death.
All right, so Jigen a little too excited. Not saying that's a bad thing, but he does get a warning for that, however. Metro still in the center, though, controlling that middle of the ring. And you see how Metro's trying to turn around. He has the whole 360 advantage. Metro backing up a little bit. Jigen kind of pushing forward. Jigen getting the first off of Metro. Now Jigen backs up. Both boxers still a little timid there. They both miss. Now Jigen connects. I think they're about even. Jigen going back up against the ropes. No aggressive style. Very laid back. Jigen getting the first punch. Jigen finishing off Metro. Wow. So, Dandelions, what a match we're seeing here between these two.
Very cool and very calculated play style I saw through Elgato. You know, Metro had that control of the center ring, but as soon as he backed off to the side of the ropes, he basically said, all right, come at me. But that did not work out. They played very defensively one to another, and they picked up on that with each other, but they were able to trade off that last couple of hits.
Fight to the death.
All right, Metro going out, still in the center of the ring. Kind of going in circles there. Jigen is backing up, still that defensive style. Not really pushing forward too much. Jigen going back to the red corner now. Jigen still swapping. Jigen's kind of itching closer. Jigen missing, now Metro misses. Metro missing another one. Metro missing another one. He misses a fourth time. And now Jigen is up by a hit. And see how close those were? Metro getting a really sneaky hit there, but he's not capitalizing. Jigen misses. Jigen hits and Metro's eliminated. Oh my goodness. Jigen moves on. And there you have it, Dandelions. There's your upset. 2-1. Oh, he missed 4 hits in a row. And as for Metro, you have to wonder, what the heck happened?
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Dizzy taking on Angus Beef. So, me and you, Dan, we both agree that Mr. Dizzy is one of our favorite boxers, just because he's just a fun guy. He really is.
He was already talking in the in-game chat.
Yeah, he's already right. He always does. It doesn't take much. But he's going up against Angus Beef, who we just found out he's from Czech Republic. Thank you for letting me know that, like, now. It's not like I've known you for like 4 or 5 months now. But still, though, interesting matchup to see here. And Mr. Dizzy hasn't really participated a whole lot recently. And what was that? Now, did he? Did he what? I don't see. This is why, and he loses anyway. See, this is why we love Mr. Dizzy.
Did he spit on him?
Yeah, did he like spit on? I don't know. I don't know. That's I don't know.
Can we get some clarification from the ref?
I have no clue. But
spit on the ring.
in this COVID COVID environment, you're really gonna spin on our ring? But anyways, Dizzy's obviously having fun. He always likes to have fun in the ring.
Let's go!
Angus Beef, still, he doesn't really talk a lot much. Doesn't have a mic or anything.
The spins.
I'm trying to actually have a good conversation with my good friend Dandelions, and you guys are making me laugh.
No, they gotta get the spins in.
You gotta get the spins in. They're charging the
Yeah,
revenue
look at
sub
that.
up.
Spin it.
You know, at Fight Night, they do a lot of the spins. They do a lot of the spins.
Oh, is this a Wario cosplay?
I can't even. I can't even. We need Mr. Dizzy, please.
Yellow.
Yeah, he does. He does have that warrior. Oh my god, he does have that warrior costume. Yeah, I've seen him. I say it all the time. I see it all here at competitive TF2 boxing. I think I've seen it all now. I don't even know what we were talking about there. I'm so like not in my element now. From the shocking upset of the last round to now this. This is why I like heavy boxing. This is why I like the community. But final warm-up match between these two. I have nothing else to say. They pretty much stole the show on this one.
So.
Fight to the death.
All right, there is the bell. And Angus Beef getting a little anxious. Mrs. Dizzy, very laid back and chill. Angus Beef kind of goes up with the first hit. Angus or Mrs. Dizzy counters both boxes now. And Mr. Dizzy getting the last punch. Mr. Dizzy 1-0 against Angus Beef, and really that could have went either way. It was really the last punch to get the win, and Mr. Dizzy was able to get the win on that one.
Yeah, I was honestly distracted for Metro exploded and his body flew onto the stadium.
Fight to the death.
Oh boy. Mr. Dizzy is just staying there. Angus Beef dancing on around. Yeah, I believe it's Warrior time, but no, he misses. But Angus Beef missed his punch. Oh, and now they both counter each other. Oh, Mr. Dizzy misses that punch. Angus Beef missing a couple. Oh, now Angus Beef is hanging back. They're having some fun. Oh, Angus Beef
I
cuts
was
it.
gonna say, Angus had the advantage. He should have just went right in there.
But he's pulling a playbook out of Dizzy there, kind of hanging back. I love this. This is a good match between these two.
Fight to the death.
All right, he will be moving on to the second round. Oh, and looks like pretty even punches here by both players. Dizzy going aggressive, and Dizzy finishes him off. And just like that, Dizzy flipped the switch, and he made it, like what he said, Warrior time.
For killing
It definitely was a good fight.